Welcome to our group therapy. Snail did a thing again. We need to talk about what happened yesterday, because yesterday was something. Leading up to the 10th anniversary of ARK Survival Evolved, we were all hoping for some acknowledgement from the devs. Maybe some event, cool colors, new skins, a few words of gratitude from the developers, even just some nice memories shared. A simple thank you to us players for the years of dedication. And instead, we got what felt like a slap in the face, arguably the laziest, most embarrassing announcement I have witnessed in my entire gaming life. And the irony is, Snail Games had already announced a groundbreaking DLC in February, hinting towards a continuation of ARK's legacy. Given everything happening with ASA, it wasn't too surprising, as some DLCs for ASA are expected. In February, the first new developers even started working at Snail on a new unannounced project, which we already suspected was related to ARK Survival Evolved. Yes! The old ARK, the discontinued ARK. Interestingly, these announcements were buried within press releases aimed to shareholders, because we all know game announcements are primarily intended to please the shareholders and inflate stock value. And the stock value actually went up by quite a bit. February looked quite promising. And then 2 days ago, a cryptic message appeared on the ARK Twitter account with Wildcard distancing themselves from something called Aquatica. No one had ever heard Aquatica before. It even seemed like they had accidentally leaked a message that wasn't supposed to go out. Looking now, it seemed like a bold move, and now we also understand why. Because yesterday, Snail Games decided to utterly disrespect every single player and every single game developer on this planet by presenting an almost entirely AI-generated trailer for this potential new ARK DLC. At the Game Developers Conference, out of all places. The text, the voiceover, the visuals, the feet morphing into flippers, the underwater lakes that were underwater. It's all lazily generated AI content. And I say lazy because even considering the capabilities of AI today, these clips are incredibly low quality, done in a hurry. And let's quickly talk about the use of AI in game development. Over the past 2 years, I was testing games, especially survival games, and I have seen an increased reliance on AI. And I personally believe AI has a place, but under very strict conditions. One of them is that it never replaces an artist or a developer. It should only be used as a placeholder for game testing to streamline development and give artists more time to do a good job and to finish the assets that they are working on. And it should never make it into a final product, and especially never ever turn it into a trailer for the Game Developers Conference. Out of all places, I need to emphasize on it's okay. I know countless artists in the professional realm who use AI to create reference images and mood boards to get started in their creative process, but they would never in a million years use any of that in a final product. So why did Snail do this? So my first thought was they probably wanted to send a message at Nitrado by announcing a DLC for a game that doesn't have Nitrado forced exclusivity and give players the chance to host it at a better game hoster. But honestly, Snail doesn't play 4D chess like this. And then I saw they also released another video that resembled a trailer with PvP I&I enabled. And here's my theory. We know they hired people in February for an extensions scheduled to release in June, while simultaneously needing a trailer for the Game Developers Conference in March. All while reportedly being financially in, and excuse me the pun, bad waters. And this is an impossible timeline. They're clearly behind schedule, and I'd be surprised if they even launch in June. What we saw in the gameplay trailer was likely all they had, and it is certainly not presentable at the GDC because it looked like a 2015 game running on a 2015 computer. However, that does not excuse anything. By cutting corners on a project solely designed to appease shareholders, they have damaged ARK's name in so many different ways. First, they demonstrated a complete lack of respect for game development, for the artistry, for the craft, especially at a conference for game developers. I don't know how often I have to repeat this. It was a conference for game developers. They disregarded the legacy of ARK Survival Evolved. They showed that they were willing to do this without the ARK developers involved, who poured years of their lives into the game and essentially dragging their baby through the mud. And they show disregard for all the artists working on ARK. And they clearly don't care about the players. I mean, we already knew that before. And now perhaps the most damaging point, they're trying to hype us up and sell us something that does not exist. This is false advertisement. And given how AI has been used in NFT and crypto games, and we know Snail USA loves their NFT and crypto shenanigans, this just screams scam out of every corner. And as someone who is consistently criticizing Snail Games, their treatment of employees, their toxic work environment they foster, none of this comes as a surprise. However, I'm still disappointed by the audacity of all of this. And if you're interested in learning more about why Snail is a problematic company, I've linked my video about the history of Snail Games and Studio Wildcard at the end of this video. And what I discuss there, and this is important, is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more that has happened that I couldn't talk about, but I think you get the idea. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.